talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
Right now we're going to Starbucks because our documentary is on Starbucks.
So this is high school students in cars getting coffee.
Our documentary is called
Starbucks Unfiltered.
And it's basically an expose on the Starbucks company.
We're both avid Starbucks drinkers, so we wanted to see what our filmmakers had to say about this.
So, we're gonna get to some of our topic points for today. Our documentary was made in 2019 by Giles Bovon and Luke Herman. The film is basically about like what made Starbucks successful as a brand and its secrets, like how it started up, how it got so big. And one of their main points is that the Starbucks brand is basically its own walking advertisement. Like, they have no advertisements anywhere except for people holding the cup with the logo on it. So they thought that people would just pay more money in order to be like part of their elite club of like Starbucks goers. So we're about to go to Starbucks and get some coffee.
Pretty much our documentary is talking about how bad of a company that Starbucks is, but we love Starbucks, so we're still gonna go.
We're gonna go buy some expensive coffee that we don't need to purchase, but we're going to anyway.
It's not that expensive.
It can add up for sure. My mom says so. If you go as often as me and Brad do, it can add up. So we just got Starbucks coffee. We got a venti iced Americano, his huge. Nitro cold brew with vanilla and almond milk.
We have money. Because I could afford a $4 drink.
Mine was $5. But
it's
the
good.
logo is covered. Just saying. But everyone knows it's Starbucks. Also, Starbucks now has paper straws.
Paper straws save the
and
environment.
Sippy lids.
Sippy lids save the environment.
So we're saving the environment also by going to Starbucks.
So that's the positive of Starbucks that was not mentioned in the documentary. So it's all presented through interviews, and there's a narrator talking about the topic, but the interviews mainly just talk about how Starbucks has directly affected people in their lives, mostly negatively.
They interviewed people that like used to work at Starbucks. There was this one guy that worked there for 11 years, and he complained about hating it, but me and Brad were like, if he hated it, why did he stay there for so long?
Yeah.
And like, we've looked online at like the benefits of working at Starbucks, and there's a bunch of good benefits. Like, there's like college programs that you could do. There's healthcare benefits, I believe.
Yeah.
Something like stuff like that. They have like really nice benefits.
Why would he complain about working there for 11 years when the benefits are so high? And why would he work there for 11 years if it was so stressful? He talked about how it was a stressful environment. He had to wake up early.
But that's typical of working at any coffee shop, like, ever. And like,
he signed up for
Starbucks, it's one of the most popular coffee brands ever. And every time you go, you're going to be with somebody else that's like ordering something else.
Yeah.
So like, obviously it's going to be a high-powered environment. If he didn't want to work there, he wouldn't have stayed for that long.
So we'll show that clip right now.
So when you're not helping customers, you're putting food in the oven. If you're not doing that, you're sweeping, you're mopping, you're doing dishes, you're getting ice, you're cleaning cabinets, it's that rotation for 6, 7, 8 hours, however long you're working. It's over and over and over. So it's like a juggling act, and you have to be a good juggler. And if you're not a good juggler, you won't survive.
Also, they never interviewed any like higher up in Starbucks, like the CEO of Starbucks, which would be the counter argument of this.
But they left that out so that
proves their bias.
Yeah.
On their opinions about Starbucks. They just wanted to try to expose the company for like all the bad sides, but everything has bad sides to it.
Yeah. They did briefly mention some good things that Starbucks company has done, but they still talked about how bad Starbucks is and like how they like ruin people's lives, and like they said that they took over this person's coffee shop and like didn't even like tell them. They just like took it.
We'll play that clip here.
We're in the store doing business as normal, and somebody walked in and started measuring. And we walked over to the guy and said, "Can we help you? What are you measuring?" He said, "I'm here to measure for the renovation." I said, "What a renovation?" He said, "The Starbucks renovation." And as it turns out, Starbucks had already taken that store for the period that would start after my lease was over. They had already signed the lease.
They never came to talk to you?
Never. They came in and took our store. It was scary. A big corporation came and took over our shop.
But another point we wanted to add was that Starbucks is like, of course it has bad sides to it, but it is a very reliable company, and like you can go to any Starbucks location and know exactly what you're gonna get, like is what you're gonna get, because they make everything to a T, like it's like a science basically. So if, for example, Brad always gets the venti iced Americano, you can go to any Starbucks location and get the exact flavor that you're looking for. You can go to the one like at the airport, you can go to one in Florida. I went to one in Hawaii and same exact order ever. Which is another good factor about going to a Starbucks location rather than a local coffee shop, because you don't know exactly what you're going to get. Starbucks also has coffees that you can take home and make, and it will taste the same every time. So Starbucks does have reliable benefits to it, and that's also another reason why it may be a stressful environment, because you're striving to make the same exact drink that every other location makes and not put any variations in it, like to the system of drink making. So that is a reason why the guy may say it's stressful about like working there, because it's such a high-powered environment trying to live up to their expectations.
So a main point that the filmmakers were trying to make is that when the company started, it was pretty much just used to be a status symbol to show like, hey, I have money, so I can afford Starbucks.
Because at the time, Starbucks was the more expensive coffee, but now even Dunkin' Donuts coffee is expensive. The film was like an informative film. It wasn't really like, it was low-key trying to persuade you to not drink Starbucks, but it didn't say like, don't drink Starbucks. It just showed the bad sides of it, which would cause the viewer to stop drinking Starbucks.
But they did show one person that stopped drinking Starbucks after a major tax evasion scandal in the UK.
Are you still boycotting Starbucks today?
Yeah, I never go to a Starbucks.
So I think that kind of persuaded the audience a little bit, because they're like, oh, this person stopped drinking Starbucks, maybe I should do the same.
The filmmakers never appeared in the film themselves.
Yeah.
They didn't even like talk in it except for like the narrator. It was just interviews, like they didn't say like the interview questions or anything. It just showed what the people had to say about it.
Yeah.
They made it very clear that they weren't like fans of Starbucks, and they thought Starbucks was corrupt and like bad. They dug out things from the UK to talk about this, and they were American filmmakers. So that just shows that like they really did the research to try to show the bad parts of Starbucks.
Yeah, they talked about Starbucks and their treatment of coffee farmers in like Mexico.
But like most people wouldn't see that. If they just see like this cup, they're like, oh, it's Starbucks.
Yeah,
like they
it's
don't think
just
about
Starbucks,
like
it's good.
the people that actually got the coffee beans. Basically, like our overall view on the documentary, I thought it was very interesting to see things that you don't see every day. But as like an avid Starbucks goer, it didn't make us want to like not go. Like obviously it made us feel a little like take a step back, because we didn't know this was going on behind the scenes of Starbucks, like in the huge Starbucks industry. You just think it's all like sunshine and rainbows, but like in reality there's like always going to be bad parts of like a company you love.
Yeah. Nothing's going to make me stop drinking Starbucks. They can tell me that drinking Starbucks will like make me die. But I'm not gonna stop.
And we're not switching to Dunkin'.
It's good coffee.
Yeah.
So I don't really, it had no effect on me really, because it's still good coffee and I'm gonna drink what I want. Should you watch the documentary Starbucks Unfiltered?
I would say yes and no for many reasons. Yes, it's very informative.
It is interesting.
It was like good at the beginning, and then it got like slow.
Then it kind
in
of
the
got
middle.
boring, yeah.
But like we powered through it. It's only an hour long. So if you have free time and you had Amazon Prime, watch
You
it.
should
It's free
watch
on
it.
Amazon Prime.
But it won't really change your views on Starbucks because, sure, like, it's a company. They're gonna do whatever they have to do to,
Keep their business alive.
if you can afford it, do it.
But don't get it just because of the cup.
If you want to watch the documentary, do it. If you don't, don't.
If you don't, just watch this video again.
Yeah, So, like,
but yeah, we had
yeah.
a lot of fun making this project,
it was
Mr.
very fun.
You gave us a reason to get Starbucks, so thanks.
Can we thank our
This is
Our
Devin, our filmmaker,
filmmaker? Devin?
and now
She
we're going
recorded
to
most of the clips.
go to Taco Bell. Yay!